going on, my smart marketing goons? It is Aaron here with another video, and today I'm going to show you how you can make a lookalike audience with an email list. So whether your local business has an email list or you have your own email list, I'm going to show you how you can make a custom audience out of it and then make a lookalike audience out of it, so that way Facebook can find the people who are most similar to your customer base that you already have. So let's get right into it. This video is hopefully not going to be too long. So we're on the Facebook Ads Manager page right here. So what you do once you want to create a custom audience is you click on here to Ads Manager, then you click on Audiences. And then once you click on Audiences, we want to create a custom audience based off that email list. And then from there, we can use that custom audience to make a lookalike audience so that Facebook can find the people who are most similar to that email list. So what you want to do is click on create audience and then create custom audience. So if you don't know, custom audiences is just an audience that has done a custom thing. For example, you can make a custom audience of website traffic, your customer list, which is what we're going to use, app activity, offline activity. You can even create custom audiences based on what they did on Facebook. So that means you don't need an email list or even a website to create a custom audience. You can even create a custom audience of people who interact with your Facebook page. Just want to point that out there. But for now, we're going to focus on customer lists. So when we create a customer list, if you have MailChimp, it's very easy to seamlessly integrate it with your Facebook so that you can automatically get the emails that you've gotten through MailChimp and upload them onto Facebook. But let's say that you don't have MailChimp and you just have a bunch of emails on file. So you can have a user file that contains a customer lifetime value. So this is pretty much a lifetime value of a customer. It's just pretty much how much money do you think the customer is going to give your business throughout the business's life. So for example, if you're like a barbershop, people get haircuts at least once every 2 weeks. Let's say their haircuts are $20 each per haircut, and they get it. So that's $40 per month. So a year they can expect around, let me do the math okay, so that's like $480 per year. And then over the lifetime of a customer, that's over around like thousands and thousands of dollars for the most part, right? So that's what a customer lifetime value is, but we're not going to get into that now. We're just going to use a file and not worry about lifetime value. So what you want to do is you want to prepare a file with your data. So the easiest way to do this is just to download Facebook's template file and just use it from there, because you don't want to mess up anything or have an error here or there, because one small thing, Facebook can't read it or read it incorrectly, and then boom, you can't do it. So once this example audience opens, okay, so here it is. So we can see that we have an email section, phone, and other data that we can possibly put in. You want to fill out as much data as possible that you have. So the more data you have, the more information pretty much you're giving Facebook to work with. So what you want to do is, what I usually do is I just delete everything here, and then just going to hit delete, and then just paste my own email list. So these are just a bunch of random emails that I've just gathered. Make sure you actually have permission to use the emails that you collect, because you can get in really big trouble if you actually use them, create a custom audience for the most part. So, because Facebook asks you, where did you get this data source? You can get it from customers or if you're from partners. So if you bought an email list, so I'm just going to say from partners. So then what you do is, what I'm going to do is just copy just some of these emails. I'm going to copy at least 100. So that way we can create a lookalike audience. Hopefully I have 100. Okay, good. So let's do 104. And then what I'll do, paste them here. Yep. So once I do that, I will save this. Okay, so once you save it and everything, you want to upload the file. So I'm just going to do just that. You can also just copy and paste the emails that you have here, or copy and paste the data that you have. But I recommend uploading it with the example template that they have, because that's the simplest. And you want to name your audience. So I'm just going to name it like that. And then I'm going to click next. Okay, so the next step is just checking Facebook, seeing which data you actually have and what data you actually don't have. So they're pretty much just going to look at the different columns that you have and see, okay, which one has emails and which one has phone numbers, which one has addresses, etc., etc. So as you can see, I only uploaded emails in this example, but if I had a phone number, I would see something here. If I had countries, I could see something here. And then with all that said and done, I check it's good to go, upload and create. And then when you click here, it says it looks like there are still unmapped identifiers. That just means I haven't mapped up, for example, phone number. So in this case, if you want to make sure you have accurate lookalike audiences, I highly recommend doing this if you do have this data. But if you don't, just click upload anyway. Any piece of data is good. So once it's uploaded, obviously you can see there's some error. So let's go see why there's an error report. So I click on it here and I see that there's a bunch of errors with some of the emails that I've uploaded. But since this is just an example, I'm just showing you just the process of how to do it. If I was doing this actually for a client, I would go through all the errors and make sure that everything's like lickety split okay. But this is just the overall process. But anyway, 68 of the 104 votes were actually uploaded. I'm just gonna keep continuing with this process. And then from here, you can just click on create a lookalike audience. Since you already created a custom audience from the email list that we just made, it's gonna automatically have that here. Audience location, we just click the United States. Then you click audience size, and then you click on create audience. So this particular lookalike audience might not actually upload and run, but however, this is the exact step-by-step process of how to make a lookalike audience if you have an email list and if you have customer data. Obviously, there are lots of other ways to make custom audiences, but this way I feel is really good, especially if these specific customers and emails have bought from you. It's a bit of a high barrier to entry because you do need at least, let's say, 100 paying customers, and you do need a good amount of information about them. But if you just have their emails addresses, then you can create a custom audience through an email list. So let's say you don't have an email list. So how do you build an email list? So one way is to get ManyChat Messenger subscribers. So click on the video I have up there about how to create a ManyChat landing page completely for free. I'll see you guys in that video.